It is time to talk about Marvel's Thunderbolts. This is going to be my spoiler-free review of the film. No spoilers at all. Those videos, what happens in the mid-post-credit scene, and a full spoiler-filled review will be following. But without spoilers, let me tell you what I thought about the Thunderbolts. So when it comes to Marvel Studios and Marvel in general, I think a lot of people, especially people that have been following this channel for a while, know I'm a bigger fan of boots on the ground type characters, way more grounded characters when it comes to Marvel. I mean, my favorite characters end up being characters like Captain America, characters like Frank Castle the Punisher, characters like John Walker and Bucky. I just like the ground-based characters more as opposed to when it comes to DC, where I love the more godlike characters. And I suppose, that's the old saying that that's how the universes are built, and I think that that's very much true to me. Marvel, more grounded approaches, stories, characters, and all that always appeals to me. So I want to start this by saying that this feels like it was a film specifically built for people that just want more of boots on the ground, give us the Winter Soldier. And again, nothing wrong with that. That is, in my opinion, the best MCU film. Like, from the ground up, it's the best film, in my opinion. How close does this come to it? Well, that's where things get interesting, because on one hand, you have Sentry. Sentry is super powerful. But, unlike in the comics, I feel like that they found a way to ground him in a good way. Now, that's not saying that the Void doesn't exist. That's not saying that here he's like massively underpowered and he's misused. No. What they do is they give us the person that is Sentry actually getting characterized, getting character moments, getting a character build, us understanding who he is, why he is the way that he is, and just how maybe this character is in the future going to get way more powerful. And I think that that really works for this film because the team composition we have at hand, everybody looked at it and said, hold up, you're going to have a bunch of these regular people, mostly just average Joes fighting Sentry. How's this going to work? Well, don't worry, because all the characters make it work. From Taskmaster to the Red Guardian, to Ghost, to Yelena, of course, and Bucky, to John Walker, everybody in this film feels like they serve a purpose. Nobody is underutilized. I feel like everybody gets ample time to shine. Everybody seems to serve a purpose in this that the script understands they needed to serve that purpose. And everything comes together. And it all comes together rather well. More so than probably almost any film I've seen since Endgame, besides maybe Shang-Chi, in my opinion. And for those wondering, this is my second favorite film since Endgame. Shang-Chi being number one, this is number two. This film is stellar. So now again, with trying to avoid spoilers, let me try to explain why. First and foremost, do you like Marvel banter? Do you like Marvel characters being at their best when they're a bit vulnerable, when they're unsure, and they're trying to do their best? What makes Marvel Comics characters endearing? Well, if you like that, this is that film. Every single character shows vulnerability. They show heart. They show growth from the last time you saw them. I think a lot of people are going to walk away from this film going, man, John Walker, man, what a good character. What a character arc. And not only him, Yelena goes through that same arc. And so don't multiple other characters. And how it's all balanced with the tone of the film being serious, yet having comedy hit at just the right moment, but not going overly comedic like some Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy moments, I think shows that the people working on this film understood exactly what every person has been saying when they say, just give us the MCU we like. And I know that's hard, and specifically when it comes to a lot of negativity for many projects that they've done since Endgame. But this one truly feels like they said, just go back to form and just make sure it's the Winter Soldier 2.0, okay? Just do that and toss in Sentry, because he's going to be a payoff down the road. And I think they do that in pretty much a perfect way in this film. Now, I've saved talking about the plot up until here because, again, it's hard to talk about it without spoilers, but I'll give you the basics, which isn't anything that I don't think anybody is going to be shocked with. Sentry is being tested. Valentina is going to test him. And, well, our heroes are called in, and they're going to test their strength against Sentry. That's literally in the trailer. That's the plot of the film. Does it get a little deeper? Yes. Does the whole Thunderbolts thing come into play and why they're a team? Yes, it does. But again, it's all exactly what you expect it to be. The film doesn't take any wild swings for the fences. It doesn't try to do anything to reinvent the wheel in the second or third act that completely flips anything and everything upside down. It's just a film that gets from point A to point B without much happening that's going to throw it off. Do they factor into the multiverse at all? No, it's not a factor at all. Are they talking about other events that are happening around the world? New York, what happened with She-Hulk and all this stuff? No, it's largely meant like a self-contained film. Yes, there's references. Yes, they're Easter eggs, but they're not crucial to the plot, and they're not beating you over the head with them for you to just go, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, Doctor Strange, he had 3 eyes in New York. That's a news report now, right? Like, there's nothing egregious like that, you know? Which brings me to the point where I got to start wrapping this up because I'm going to get into too many spoilers if I keep going. I will say that the film is shot rather well. There are a few scenes where you're like, ooh, that CG could have just used a little bit more tweaking. You guys were definitely on a deadline, and you can tell. But it's an action-packed film when it needs to be, but it's more a film about heart. It's more a film about taking your time, understanding these characters, and establishing relationships. And as I said before, my favorite films in the MCU are mostly Phase 1 films, and that's my favorite phase, for different reasons. Personally, like when I talk about favorite films in terms of build quality, I think Phase 1 sticks out to me. I think this has a lot of what works with those early films with first outings. That's going to make people care about many of these characters and want to see them back. And now it makes sense on why they're all in Secret Wars. Because people are going to want to see more of these characters. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.